Very, very warm. Good evening. This is Arunava Chaudhuri. You are live on my YouTube channel, Arunfoot. And yes, it's another Indian football discussion here on my channel. As you see, I've had a cape on my head and then the hair doesn't want to stick the way that I want to stick it. So, welcome back to the channel. And we'll talk about Indian football. We will talk about all that's happening in the Indian Super League in Indian football. Anju Tamang, of course, injured, not part of the AFC Women's Asian Cup India squad. And at the start, of course, of this video, as I like to say, always like, share, and subscribe Arun Foot here on YouTube. Visit my other social medias, visit arunfoot.com, and let's hope that we can talk and discuss what all happening. A big breaking thing today, of course, is the whole Churchill brothers scenario where the AIFF has now gone to the clubs and said, guys, tell us, do you want Churchill brothers in or not? Which follows, of course, an earlier um, um, communication from FC Goa and Sporting Club Delhi towards the AIFF, and saying that guys, we need to figure out how we're going to go about this, and it seems like it is something that hasn't been sorted so far. And now the other 12 clubs have been asked for an opinion. I think Intakashi's opinion, I think, is very, very clear. And it seems to me that the All India Football Federation has communicated with the clubs in a way saying that the matter is sub judice in the Swiss Federal Tribunal, which to me is not actually factually right. So therefore, for me, there are a few concerns on this matter, I have to say, when I hear and read about it and think about it and say, guys, is it actually factually true? And to me, there are certain facts which are there, and there are a lot of facts which are not there. And it seems to me at the moment that that there's something being construed to still potentially give Churchill Brothers a backdoor entry. My question to the AIFF is, would it have to be unanimous decision of the ISL clubs to say all 14, yes, we will allow Churchill Brothers in? Or will you say, hey, listen, 8 clubs have said yes, okay, we'll now allow Churchill in? To me is, I don't understand, because to me, the matter has been discussed in CAS. CAS has come out with a clear, clear cut judgment on the matter. Clear cut, right? You are entertaining a matter with which you are making yourself, um, yeah, subservient to breaking the international law of sports. To look at it from a governance perspective regarding what the AFF is trying to do on this matter, you're trying to do something, no? So my question to the AFF would be is like, why are you trying to do that? Why are you not saying to Churchill Brothers, yeah, sorry, uh, uh, um, to me it makes no sense, and to me it is, you have to play in the I League. If you don't play in the I League, we will relegate you from the I League. Was khatam, story done. So therefore, for me, every day seems to be something new, and let's see what happens on that. But we'll talk about it, I guess, a little bit more during the show, and I'll do a separate video on the matter as well overnight, and put it out on the channel to try and explain why I think what is right, what is wrong, what can be done, what needs to be done. And at this moment, I guess it is we're in a very, very messy state. Hey, Odithro, is promotion relegation good for ISL at the moment, or Odithro? No. I think promotion relegation from the ISL, given the realities of what is happening at the moment, when we have no clarity, I don't think it's right. We have grown the league too fast, too quickly. I think a 10-team league would have been better over a certain period of time. Stabilize the league and then look at growing the league. But at the moment, we are in a situation where, how do we move forward? The Indian Super League is such a mess. 14 teams with no financial regulations, no check, no balances. At the moment, the league is happening for the sake of happening, and that is, oof. How can we get out of this situation? I think is the biggest query that I have, And therefore, for me, promotion and relegation, again, as per the roadmap, yes, it was right, but the roadmap was also done at a time where we, I think, could not foresee that COVID would hit. It was done at a time when one would not have seen, um, and yeah, it is a mess. The way it is. Yeah, Anurag. Do you expect a proper football calendar next season? Anurag, I don't even know if we're going to have football next season. If things continue the way they're going, do you think an ISL will happen? Do you think an IFL or whatever it is? The IFL is supposed to start in 2 days, you know? And is the IFL really ready to start and kick off? Is as the AIFF presented us stuff where you say, okay, you know what? The IFL is ready, right? So for me, all of these things, if I look at the way the AIFF is running at the moment, and it's I honestly I don't know what is going to happen, what's not going to happen, and yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But to me, a proper football calendar depends on the federation sorting its finances out. I think that's your first query to the All India Football Federation. Can you sort your funding out for next season, right? And do you have a commercial partner to ensure the running of the federation? Can you ensure the running of the leagues? All of these things are interlinked, and yeah, it is the way it is. And for me, I think it's yeah, there is no simple solution. There is no simple answer to that, and like, all of these things, because we are in the mess we are in. Hi, what is this Churchill brothers thing? How are they coming us in mid league, and why are they coming? Are they coming? Are they not coming? That's Blue, that's the question. The AIFF has sent a letter subject Churchill Brothers participation in the Indian Super League to the CEOs and directors of the participating clubs. Supposedly, there are letters from FC Goa and Sporting Club Delhi under pressure from their respective governments to put out letters, right? That was done. To me, I think the AIFF has done one big blunder, and I've said this earlier, and the clubs have done that blunder as well by not appointing a league commissioner, because I think that league commissioner could have taken a stand with the AIFF and tried to fight this case. Um, there is a lie being projected in this thing, saying that the matter is sub judice in regard to the Swiss Federal Tribunal. The matter is not sub judice, so there is wrong information being passed on by the AIFF and by the others. And so again, then stop the whole thing. Because if Churchill Brothers in any way get into this league, then it is better to shut it down, right? Because if there is no then it's a call for everyone involved in this matter okay, if anyone okay is Churchill Brothers coming into the league in any position that he or she is, all of them need to resign immediately. Immediately, you should leave whatever position you have. You do not deserve to be in Indian football because you are an opponent of the interests of Indian football in regard to justice and what is right, what is wrong. It has to be clearly said. Indian football either walks the talk of things going the right way, or we have scamsters, gangsters, whatever, criminals doing this. We've had this for too long. Indian football today is in the state in because we've had criminals, gangsters, corrupt people taking us to where we are today. And that to me is the biggest question. Can we get out of this situation? Can we do the right thing? And to me, Indian football, more often than not, does the wrong thing. And that is to me the biggest concern at this moment in time. Why does AFL make it so damn hard to apply and take the coaching exams? Not that they'll have to pay the coaches. If anything, they'll only earn a bit from fees. Lily White's the AFF, the D and C license done locally. And theoretically, even the B license done locally. It's the A and the Pro. So I don't think it is not difficult to apply. There is an online system. Anjit, among Crashing out of India women's football team is a big blow. She was a key forward, experience and physical presence. It's a big blow for Indian forward. Yeah, Mitesh, it's not only a big blow for Indian forwards, or it's a big blow. Very interesting to see how she will be replaced. So, what's your opinion on Ratan Bala? Ruled out before AFC, so now recently Anjul Tamang wrote due to injury and Manish Kalyan not yet to join the team. Lucas, Manisha Kalyan has not joined the team because she's got club commitments in South America. Again, this is something which you need to understand. All of you, whoever asked this question again and again, that certain, if you play abroad in the bigger leagues, could be that uh, you don't join the setup because you have still commitment for your clubs. I always remember, um, you know, um, if I remember right, it was Yun Son, Tottenham, and then joining the AFC Asian Cup late because he had commitments with Tottenham Hotspurs in the Premier League, and I think 2 days before the Asian Cup in 2024, he came to Qatar and started playing. So therefore, these things are normal. So that's the thing, and so therefore, and the injuries is sadly part and parcel of the game, right? You have to factor them in, and if it happens to your bigger players, it's a bigger problem. High time FIFA must ban AIFF for at least for 10 years and ban Church Brothers for whole life. So that it isn't that easy that you ban it and all that stuff. The problem is that the AIFF seems to be applying laws and rules which, and according to me, don't exist. You know, and so therefore, for me, the clubs, the AIFF, have no jurisdiction of allowing Churchill Brothers to be coming into the league. And once the league is started, if the league rules and regulations haven't been changed, you can't expand the league, right? You know, so therefore, honestly, it is it is so crazy to think that this is the logic that certain people are applying and saying, hey, no, we'll get in. And what is the value that Churchill Brothers adds? They'll say, oh, we're an old club, we've done this. Again, legacy history is nice to have. What are you adding for the future of Indian football? And this would be my question to anyone and everyone. I think we need to ask that question to a lot of clubs, right? Doesn't matter how big or how small your fan base is. What are you adding for the future of Indian football? That is what we need to be talking about. We are not talking about it. We're talking always about, in the last 1.5, 2 years, it's always been about, okay, we're trying to keep the system running because the system seems to be very, very close every time for collapse. Good evening, sir. It's really painful to see the AFF writing clubs to get some kind of yes for church votes. Yeah, it's and again, two forced yes from FC Goa and Sporting Club Delhi. You know, and and again, to me, again, the point here is CAS. The CAS decision is final on this matter. CAS is the highest court of sports, and the law of sports stands above the law of the land. Again, which is linked also to the Swiss tribunal. And, um, so therefore, for me, this whole matter to be written by the AFF, you know, with all respect, Satya, because you've signed the letter, right? And the president is involved in this. This is an immediate ground for you guys to actually step aside and resign immediately. Not tomorrow, not in 1 month, not when the term ends. Immediately, because you are destroying the integrity of a competition, which you've already destroyed at multiple levels over the last 2, 3 years. So, guys, either do the right thing, you know. So that's the reality. Amelia Valverde is hoping her to join. Yeah, Hitesh, again, once her commitments with the clubs are over, she'll join. FIFA again said we are sleeping giant. We will continue to be sleeping unless someone makes some drastic change in the system. Aritro, again, Mr. Infantino has hinted at it. And I remember I was there when Sepp Blatter said it in South Africa in 2007, is that Mr. Blatter spoke about it. And yeah, well, again, we've discussed it, and we funnily discussed this on this channel a few times over the years, and we've jokingly said, it's not even a question of if we're a sleeping giant or whatever we are sleeping more than ever before, right? And we've gone, I don't know, into a coma or whatever you want to call it. It's a disaster. It's a disaster of where we are at this moment, and it's a question of how can we do the right things. Yeah. So yeah, what to say? What to say? It is really funny. Our top league, tier league, gets more teams than lower league. You know what? Yeah, so that's the other thing. But again, we have problems at multiple levels. Supposedly in 2 days, the Indian Football League is to kick off. Have you seen any logo or something of the sort? Have you heard anything in regard to where is this supposed to be on television or whatever? I've not. Yeah, this is incredible. It's good. Indian football content creators covering ISL, but sad to see very little or no analysis video on a campaign can. Despite first match 6 days away, we all should give it priority. Also, content creators. Pranata, you know, I good to for you to say or easy for you to say, but the point is, how many people are actually interested, right? The women have won qualification at senior level, at under 20 level, at under 70 level for the Asian Cup. How much of interest has it created, right? The reality is, and I realize that myself, that people are more interested in the ISL than Indian women's team. So if we like it or not, that's the reality. When it comes to logic, AFF and clubs and each Indian stakeholder acts like kids. Yeah, Siddharth, we have a problem. And again, until there is someone in the room who actually takes drastic steps and measures and says, guys, this is the way forward. This is where we lack leadership. You know? So yeah, it is the way it is. And I hope at some stage it changes, but at the moment it's a big mess. It's a big mess. This is so crazy. AFF went to Stone Age after FSDL left. Blue. Yeah. We were talking before the ISL multiple times is that where are we heading with this, right? On one side, the good thing is the ISL is happening. Let me not be wrong. I am very, very happy that the Indian Super League is being played. Reality is, the brutal reality is that um, it is nowhere near where it needs to be, right? So for me to say um, what is needed, for me to act as AFF, what is needed. And it's not the AFF or ISL clubs, it is the I League. It is the whole pyramid which is not doing what is needed. You know, and I don't know where we're heading with this. This is insane. So, which formation should we go now, and who's the best replacement of both Anju Tamang and Ratambala, and which playing 11 should we start? Lucas, it is for me, it would be easy now to say, oh, I want this player, I want this player, I want this player. I have not seen any of the training. I've seen a few of the matches. And again, let Amalia Valverde decide on the squad, on the starting 11. I will most probably bother about, to be very honest with you, with all that is happening, most probably something that I'll bother about next week to talk about. Don't know why even people bother Infantino's statement. It takes nothing to appreciate and say big for any country to please. It's just politics. No, Shanlata, it's not. Again, Marcus got a chance to speak to Infantino. So it's good. Marcus Magalao, as a journalist from the Times of India. Um, Infantino has other concerns and bothers. And the sleeping giant thing actually is, if you read it properly, again, which none will do, why is he saying sleeping giant once again? Because India has not moved ahead, right? The rest of the world has moved ahead or done something. We're not moving ahead with Indian football. We have not moved ahead with Indian football. That is the sad reality of things. And that is the point I think that is very, very important from the FIFA president to point out and say, guys, India, this and everything, but hey, it's not working. Why Delhi government involved in Churchill versus math in any context but Delhi supporting criminal blue political it's political connections where I don't know. I mean, I thought Churchill Alamao is part of the Trinamool Congress in Goa. Um, yeah. Why is the BJP government in Goa helping? So therefore, I have no logic to this. It is India and politics. It's terrible. What's the actual is happening? Hannibal, it for me, it calls for resignations. It is nothing else to call for. We need to call for resignations as Indian football fans. It is time to call for the resignation of Kalyan Chaube and of Satyanarayan as president and deputy secretary of the All India Football Federation. Nothing else. It is nothing with this tamasha and the exclusion of Churchill Brothers as a club from Indian football. Actually, you have validly and genuinely lost a case at CAS, which is the highest court in the matter of sports. You are not accepting a CAS judgment. I hope that Interkashi goes back to CAS and let me see what they're going to do. So to me, um, yeah, it's a disgrace. It is a disgrace for Indian football what is happening. Cherba sneaking to ISL through political drama. It's a big political drama. Renal, it's a disgrace. As I say, it is disgraceful what is happening in Indian football. We can talk about anything and everything. We can talk about what is happening, not happening. But this is uh, this even as an opportunity that the AFF has entertained this. You know, um, nothing matters. Nothing else matters, and it shows you how far we have come in the last year, in the last now 3.5 years since this AFF has been in charge of affairs. Right? It's incredible. And now the question is, my question now is, with political pressure having been applied on certain entities and then putting out those letters, what is the next step? Where are we heading? So, yeah, very interesting to see. Amelia Valverde said that when a country begins investing in women's football and give women the opportunity to play, results starts appearing. Hitesh, again, nice to say, but where has it happened? Again, straight shooting, straight talking. Hmm? How big blow is Anjuta Mang and is Rishma Shivotkar a good replacement? Massive, because it's not just about the playing team, uh, but also in the dressing room. Anju is a senior player, and it's difficult to replace someone like that because we're missing some of our senior level players who we would have had in the last few years. What are the probabilities that these guns are able to get into ISL? Hannibal, at the moment, I fear there is a real chance of this happening. As we talk, I think there's a realistic chance that Churchill Brothers might be coming into the ISL in the next few days. I don't know if the clubs will stand up for themselves. And then the clubs have nothing, in my opinion, nothing to fall back on, right? We will remain sleeping giant until Bangladesh becomes real giants, sad reality. We are not linked to Bangladesh. I don't know, Shanlata, why you're linking us to Bangladesh. Bangladesh tomorrow could be a giant in football, and we will be where we are. But our problems are our problems. If you think that with all that has been happening in cricket, we've played Bangladesh, we played Nepal, we played Pakistan. Has anyone bothered? Nobody cares, right? We thought AFF will go down in black hole, but AFF dug deeper into multiverse. Dude, we are at a level. I don't even know. I honestly don't know where to start, where to end, because this is gone to a level where I would say, it makes no sense. You know, um, where the AFF have gone with this whole Churchill Brothers issue, right? I never in my wildest nightmare thought about this. Blue, I think nobody did, right? And again, um, the clubs want to run the league with the AFF as your parent body. You're in a very crazy world, right? You are in a crazy world, and that world is going to get even crazier. Arunava, as you said, ISL may stop in the middle of the season this year. Yeah, Kumar, there's. I've always said there are a lot of possibilities of what can happen with the ISL, and the reality is, to me, if I look at the things now, um, it is realistically possible that the ISL, um, that the ISL might stop at some stage, or that clubs, if things go the way they're going at the moment, clubs may be boycotting the league, right? So, you know, fan code launch pass for AFC Women's Asian Cup, and they cost 39 rupees for India matches and 69 rupees for the full pass. All right, Treatwala. Dada, what is the after effect if Churchill Brothers get into ISL? Well, my first question would be, would Inter Kashik we continue to play? Right? You know? So therefore, for me, that is the first question I have. Um, and the question, it raises a lot of questions about the others. If the others are fine with it, maybe as fans we should boycott this league and boycott the clubs who say yes. I think radical measures are now needed because the level of incompetency is overboard. Amelia Valverde saying just her knowledge and with her ecosystem, if she sees India ecosystem, she'll understand reality and honesty. In football is place a big statement, zero work for 2 decades. Okay. Intercash ready to file a case in CAS. Kumar, they don't need to file a case in CAS. CAS, the statement has been made by the lawyers representing Interkashi, right? They said, you know, um, they said clearly, stated clearly, guys, this is the situation, this is what it is, this is what needs to happen. But again, the letter from the AIFF to the clubs clearly states, and I quote the letter: the emails put on record that the AIFF must club had no objection, meaning FC Goa and SC Delhi in principle, for the to the participation of Churchill Brothers FC Goa in the current ISL season, with acknowledging that the matter is currently sub judice in the Swiss Federal Tribunal, which is not the case. The matter has been turned down, you know, and you know, yeah, that's it's just crazy to think about it. Indonesia has improved so much because of their diaspora player. 90% of the players from Holland and Belgium. Yeah, Holland, not Belgium that much, but Holland, Itesh, yeah. If ISL stops, maybe they'll even not even get fan code next year, and definitely not most of the clubs. Blue, the point is, I've said this multiple times. We have to cross so many bridges this season, so many issues, so many problems, that to get to that stage would be crazy. I have seen this. And I said this a few days ago. Someone asked me, I think, in one of those live watch alongs a few days ago, that Churchill Brothers will not stop. The question is who's going to make them stop? Because this is gone to a level which is not good for Indian football because it's an embarrassment. So, yeah. Hey, Roshan, considering the Churchill Brothers news, what does it say for you about Indian football? It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. And let me put that out as a twist. Let me, without saying anything else, I will just put out a tweet saying Indian football these days is an utter disgrace. Nothing more, right? I think those who want to understand will understand. Fanco will give it free telecast, maybe. Lucas, I don't think so. Who are the most favorites? Japan, Australia for title. Seeing hosts, home support. Australia could also do big. What do you think? Australia, yeah, nah. I think Japan is the best of all the teams. I would have felt sad earlier by seeing this Churchill Brothers inclusion, but as a country, we're always doomed in politics. I feel Churchill Brothers will enter to ISL, and most of them would read for their sustaining ISL. Renal, I think if the things go the way they're going at this moment in time, there will be no ISL in the summer. That danger has been there for a while anyway. Not let's you know decouple it from the whole situation. But to me, um, we are in a state which uh, which is embarrassing. So yeah, Indian footballers are poor in reflexes. They take so much time to shoot in close situation. Fraction of seconds are very goal scoring, but they lack in this. Okay, Ninja. I just don't understand why ISL clubs are always so interested in filling cases, even when matters not big. So much drama in football. Yeah, yeah. Will you watch first game Australia Philippines? Lucas, I don't think so. On Sunday, I don't think I'll be able to make that. Kalyan Chawla literally made AFF like a grocery shop. Yeah, Brendan, it sounds like that. Another FIFA ban incoming or Intercashing go to FIFA to ask to intervene and ban. Kumar, Interkashi cannot go to FIFA. Interkashi can always go back to CAS. The question is if CAS will intervene and then ask FIFA to intervene. Again, I would have to look at what would be the process in this whole matter. But that's the way this could go, should go, needs to go because yeah, someone needs to step in and stop this. It's yeah, it's just a disgrace, so to say, um, and therefore for me it's yeah, it is the way it is. Don't ask me why, but somehow it doesn't surprise me anymore. Roshan, fully agree with you. To me, sorry, let me put the light on a little bit here. Wait one sec. To me, if I'm honest, the whole thing is the way it is, and it is, someone needs to stand up. Uh, yeah, it is the way it is, and it's yeah, what to say. What case again? Did I miss something? Ochu, today the All India Football Federation has sent out a letter to the clubs after FC Goa and SC Delhi supposedly said that we are fine for Churchill Brothers to play, but both these clubs resigned from the so-called managing committee, which doesn't exist anymore, right? So I don't know who's managing and whatever. Somehow the ISL is happening. They've asked the other 12 clubs for their opinions. And I'm now interested to see um, what will happen. Now the FC Goa is under pressure by Churchill Brothers. Do you think they will get promoted? Augusta, it could happen. Churchill Brothers might be playing this ISL, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised given the what is happening in the background. But my question is this good? Interkashi needs to become Superman to save Indian football. Hannibal looks like it. Looks like the pressure is on them. And let's wait and see. Do you think a normalization committee is the best thing which can happen to Indian football now? Renal, yes. To me, that is most probably the only thing that can save us, because FIFA, at some stage, AFC, FIFA need to step in, and it is. I mean, the season has now started, right? Um, and yeah, it's not even funny anymore, but um, it's I don't know where this thing could go, how far this can go, but this is it is insane to think that where we've headed in the last few weeks and months. Same like Roshan, it didn't surprise me. I think we need FIFA to come and put a normalization committee here. That's the only way. Yeah, yeah, Roshan. CASA FIFA can ban Churchill Brothers for some years or lifetime ban. Kumar, you cannot ban for lifetime a club. Uh, um, the question is, um, um, for FIFA can't ban. Again, for FIFA to ban a club is to that you've done something wrong. The question is that if you are not following the CAS ruling, CAS judgment, is that already a violation? So that is a point of discussion. But to me is that you're saying that the matter is sub judice, that the matter is undecided. That already is not true, right? So therefore, there are a lot of things that need to be looked at and discussed. And I don't know where we're going with this. The thing that Trustbuzzer did is it's in our system. That's how our system works. We only need good connections to get our work done. Yeah. And Orithro, the crazy thing is that in the last couple of days, people have been saying Churchill Brothers have not paid players, they've not paid this, they've not paid that. You know, and yeah, that's the reality. So I don't know. I don't know where this whole thing could, would, should needs to go, but we are in a very weird scenario. Uh, yeah, let's see. Why would sorry? Why would Interkashi spend money again? Someone Interkashi doesn't have to need to spend money on this. It's just that they just need to. They've already sent the letter from their CAS lawyers to the AIFF. I think that letter clearly stated, there is a very valid judgment, and there is that judgment cannot be questioned. You know, so yeah. So even a CAS verdict doesn't hold good in Indian sports. Uchut, let's generalize it. A CAS judgment, which is the highest sporting body in the world. Um, in an Indian context, is not being accepted as the final verdict. And yeah, we are in this mess, right? So let's see where we go. East Bengal FC fans were justified by saying we need to promote two teams to increase the number of teams in ISL. Anibal, yeah, let them. Sir, Benali statement is being edited and used for personal agenda. Raj, that is the sad part. Speaking today with a few people on a few things, and it seems like rage bait, false information, creating fake hopes, alternative realities. All of that seems to be selling. We are not talking about what should be needs to be done. So therefore, for me, I'm not surprised. What Juan Pedro Benali said the other day that Indian football fans of ISL teams or general football fans should come to stadiums and support the league, support the clubs in this difficult time is a brilliant statement. I said the same thing in different words multiple times over the last few weeks. Once it was clear that the ISL would happen, but we are at the moment at a crossroad where we need to think about is like, hey, where can we go, right? Where does this go? Where does this take us? And to me, um, it is very sad. So therefore, yeah, we are in a very tricky, very difficult scenario, and I don't know what the answer to that scenario is. To be very honest with you, but as I always like to say, the fight goes on, right? So therefore, let's see how far we can go, right? So therefore, the Benali statement, Raj, has been, yeah, that's the thing. And 39 and a half minutes. Quick reminder: if you haven't, do like, share, and subscribe. Arun Foot here on YouTube. 11 likes so far. Thank you very much. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. We stand at 3,827 at this moment as I speak to you. Thank you very much. Tomorrow, yeah, actually intended to do a live of an ISL game. Let's see if we're going to do that. FC Goa against Sporting Club Delhi. So the two clubs who supposedly said yes. And yeah, we'll see what else. And I'll be doing a hard hitting video on this topic as well. Sorry. It's been the nth time FIFA saying giant, goddamn work on the grassroots. I think next decade we're also hearing the sleeping there. And then it's not their work to do the grassroots. The grassroots has to be done here itself, right? FIFA can't do the work, but it needs to be done within the country. Oh, now that for God's sake, now just go to an AIFF throughout Kalyan Chaub and do elections. Kumar, easier said than done. In reality, Indian football governance gone back 30 years. Ochu, 30 years, 40 years, doesn't matter. We've gone back decades, yes, 100%. But where is the moment that things change in the right direction? There are a lot of people who are the right people in the system. But even they, for whatever reasons, are not standing up for Indian football. That is, I think, my biggest disappointment. There are good people in the system. They're allowing this to happen, right? I would tell them rather than, right, um, either do the right thing or leave Indian football. Because if you're not willing to do the right thing, um, then you are of no value. And it doesn't matter you, me, whoever it is. If you're not standing up for what is right and allowing wrong to happen, you are complicit. You are part of the problem. Reality. Why does no one call out Valanka Lamau? I mean, why is she even in AFF? She does nothing more than promoting Churchill's agenda. In the conflict of interest, she's misusing position. Hannibal, conflict of interest is still the thing, because if I always say that in international football, it is very, very normal that you hold multiple positions within different organizations, different system setups, right? So for me, the Valanka can be in that position, not a problem in theory, but she needs to know when she's representing Churchill Brothers, when in theory in the past she or family would have represented the Goa Football Association, when they represent the AIFF, and when to represent India, right? But as you correctly say, Hannibal, to me it looks like you're always thinking about Churchill first and only Churchill. That's the problem. And yeah, it's, yeah, I think, as I said, Kalyan needs to leave, Satya needs to leave, and Valanka needs to be out of the Expo 100%. Though if they get promoted tomorrow, they might be another club in line for promotion. And so FSA would have handled things better. What do you think? See, Augusto, I jokingly said a few days ago, if I have the right contact, see, I can create, let's say, Arunava FC. I'm creating a fictitious entity. I talk to the high ups of the government, the highest authority, you know. Uh, I could actually get a club into the ISL, because at the end of the day, this is not about money. Church Brothers is not spending money on this. They're using political power. So if you know the right people in the right places, I could get Arunava FC into the ISL, and most probably could ensure that I could even win the ISL with the right things. This is how wrong our football system is today, right? That's reality. I had high hopes from Satya, but he seems to have gone mad. So, Renil, that's your mistake. That is your first mistake, that you had high hopes from the guy. How does a normal fan like us do to make situation better? Renil, speak about it, be critical, mention stuff on social media. That is the only way forward, right? You, I, we, all of us, um, you know, need to be vocal. Stand up for what is right and what is wrong. Fight for what is right. Um, so, yeah, that's the most important thing. Sadhana is doing tamashas genocide. AIFF says Kumar. Say your clip on Instagram where you talked about Iron has got nearly 200,000 views in your clip from interview with Chuck, the football guys getting good engagement. Hope it reaches the mass. Raj, yeah, that's good. But again, are the numbers, are my followers really growing? It has grown to a certain extent, but it is not growing the way it should. I was talking to, to some people, and we were having a conversation on this matter. Yeah, it's good. It's good to get those engagements. It's nice to have it. It has its value. And yeah, it's you know it's uh, it's important that we build on it. And yeah, it's not easy given the realities, but ठीक है, ऐसे होता है. Some of the decision on whether to include church brothers in ISL not taken. Hannibal, no idea. There's no timeline. No? They could join, I don't know, before the last match day or something. Who knows? Now the Indian people have self-interest in the job rather than doing job. Yeah. Kumar, I-League broadcast and no, so it will live on YouTube. No man, I have no clue. Again, don't call it I-League, call it Indian Football League. That's the first thing, but at the moment, I don't know. I will make Raj FC someday and get directly moved to I-League saying my father is politician minister. Yeah, Raj. Yeah. If you, no one will cross check. If you say XYZ is my father and he's big shot politician, who knows? Right? It might sound ridiculous. Considering Goa and Delhi as BJP government supported the decision, is scary if most states do as most are under them. Yeah. And the point is, who is the one? Is it will it be only Intakashi fighting against them? That would be my question. Where is the logic of this whole thing? Where does this end? Right? Then either we stand up for what is right or we stand up for what is wrong. And in Indian football, we stand up more often than not for what is wrong. If they put pressure on the clubs, yeah, yeah, that's what's happening. Churchill Amar says that this was circulated on the emergency meeting day of 12 February. Nothing will happen now. Hannibal, the point is the AIFF Exco, multiple meetings happened. The AIFF Exco didn't accept it. Now you have two ISL clubs who've said yes under political pressure. Now the other 12 clubs have to decide for themselves is what do you want to do? I mean, if the clubs had a stand, then I would say, guys, do something in your own interest. But at the moment, the way that things are going, this is free for all carnival, right? It makes no sense whatsoever. And there are people also in the content creator space, in the media ecosystem, who have supported this, who have not written against this. And that to me is another scandal, you know? And it's I don't know. It is just I don't know. So it's don't know what to say. What their judgment will do in ISL, they become a next Mohammedan Sporting. Raj, but the ISL is becoming a league of Mohammedan Sportings. That is my problem, right? You know, so yeah, not sure how we will go, but it's disturbing. If Reliance is handling the ISL, no go political power dares to even think about it. If someone tries this with political power, Tamash, they will trust the political power and reverse phone calls come. Kumar, I don't know. The point is, at the moment, given the realities, I think Reliance is very, very happy to be out of it. And I will compliment Reliance for what they've done. Anyone criticizing FSDL or IMG Reliance, as I said the other day in the Chuck the interview or in the Sports Folio thingy interviews, they did, the league. So this is the craziness. Seeing this, why Diamond Harbour FC aren't trying to come, they will have easy path too. They can just offer Kalyan a seat. Blue, Kalyan and Diamond Harbour are politically on two sides, and Kalyan Chaube is only in his seat because he's part of the BJP. He's not part of the Trinamool. And you have to give Diamond Harbour FC one credit. At local level, yes, they got themselves into the first division and then they worked their way up. But at national level, they won. They came through the CFL into I League 3, won I League 3, won I League 2. Now are they in the I League? They followed the path. So whatever jokes there are about Diamond Harbour FC, Diamond Harbour FC at least have followed the path of so-called promotion towards the ISL, right? Three promotions to get to I League, one more to go, and we'll have to wait and see what happens now. But for me, they have done it the right and clean way. Next time I see with demand for ISL is back again. I don't think so. Blue and Raj, as I said, I don't. Diamond Harbour have done it the proper way, in my opinion. And the question is, yeah, what's the next step from here, right? This is the whole point of what do you do? What do you do? What is the right thing? What is the wrong thing? And to me, Diamond Harbour FC, whatever they've done in the last few years, they've worked their way up the natural way within the Indian football ecosystem, right? So that's it, and that is my concern, right? I mean, we should not be talking about this. This should not be even a consideration, you know. Um, so therefore, that's the thing. J League this year is having a modified league. They suspend relegation for it as it would be unfair to the clubs. But I say where clubs are in tough time and with fewer games still has relegation. Pruthi Raj, to compare the J League, which is transitioning from a yearly calendar to an European style August to May calendar, the setup that they've created over the last 3+ decades, we are nowhere near. So they know what they're doing. They're trying out things. They've grown. We are walking back at the moment. Every second Indian football is walking back, and nobody at the management or top level, you know. So yeah, the guy said clubs should be stakeholders, need to see what is happening in Chhatrapati Brothers case, and clubs and even United take decision daily management of league. Raj, I will tell you now something which I've not said for the last month, right? The Let me say this today here in front of you all. The Indian Super League were looking for a league commissioner, right? And certain people were approached. Please apply. Please apply. Take up the position. And yours truly here, Arunava Chaudhuri, was approached by 3 different clubs to apply for the job of league commissioner of the Indian Super League. I was even interviewed along with other people for the job. Just to tell you that. And I clearly told them what to do, not to do, what I think, what is right, what is wrong, what should be your focus, what is the role of a league commissioner, right? I'm fine. If you don't think I'm the suitable candidate, take someone else. The Indian decide, you know what? We don't need a league commissioner. Now you're getting letters from the AIFF. This whole thing would have been in the jurisdiction of a league commissioner and his desk with the managing committee, which has resigned. So yeah, this is bound to fail, right? And this is what the reality of the thing was, right? Well, I was surprised that they have considered even thinking about giving me the role, asking me to appear for an interview, which I did. And yeah, don't take me, not a problem. I'm fine with it. Take someone, not as a yes, sir, yes, ma'am person, but someone who's going to stand up for the interest of the league. And this is what I also said to them in the interview. The league commissioner sometimes will have to take decisions in the interest of the league. Which mind? Be looking to be against the interests of the AIFF or the interests of the clubs, but it's in the interest of the league. Because you have to keep the interest of the 14 entities plus the AIFF in mind. And theoretically, broadcaster and commercial partner on top of that. Right? So, kya bolna hai? Now, the best decision was not conducting ISL and sorting the future of ISL. Kumar, if the ISL was not conducted, given the scenario now, we would not have an ISL next season. The likelihood of, at the moment, the way things are going, that this is the last ever ISL is very, very big. Right? The clubs have not paid their share, their 1 crore participation fee. Wasn't the conversation supposed to be now about the 20-year plan? Now we have Churchill Brothers into this mix. Do you think at the moment, given these realities, that there will be an ISL next season? I think this is not going to end very well. We were looking for stability, then this happens. Uchut, there is no stability. You've used the right word, stability. We are in a self-made mess of the All India Football Federation. And I don't know how they're going to get out of this because this is getting worse. Yeah, Hannibal. At least was considered, no? At least it was looked at, interviewed. And I think you guys, to some extent, know me. Some of you might know me a little better than others. You know, um, I said what they needed to hear. You know, so that's the problem. Lack of practical experience, nothing more, nothing less, says Ochud. Well, we don't even have league commission. No, we don't. Because the clubs and the AFF thought, you know what? Well, we'll manage. For 3 months, we can manage. Now then, why they approached and they know they would not select you because of their vested interest. Kumar, it was not about vested interest. It's about um, there are different reasons, right? Um, so yeah, that's the reality. I don't know why I feel next season we don't have ISL. Yeah, Raj. We will at the moment. Will we have an ISL? Will we have an IFL? Will we have anything at national level? Do we have an AIFF in the summer? Right? The AIFF is living off charity money at the moment to try and survive for 3 months. The question is, when are the elections? Right? The current AIFF most probably will leave behind an AIFF with, I don't know, 5 rupees in the bank to run. That's the reality. Will you watch ICF Church Brothers come? Because I ain't no way. Blue, I won't. If Churchill Brothers joins the league, I will not watch it. I will not talk about it. This league surviving is great on one side. But if there's going to be complete disregard of rules and regulations, you know, so that's the thing. Another, good to hear you. Thanks, good to hear you, Stu Pujon. I feel Indian football are facing the issues because of all the stakeholders being involved, including the fan representatives. Daniel Job is never a capable person in the first place. Pujan, that he's not capable, you know, and I know, and we've had conversations on those things. That is not my problem. My problem would also be, which has now been proven, that you need either a strong central league to run the affairs on its own, or an external commercial partner who runs and pays for it, because the clubs themselves don't stand on the right side, right? You are an East Bengal fan. East Bengal has been obstructing a lot of things, has been supporting the AFF. I think a lot of things would have gone differently if East Bengal had actually supported all the other clubs. Let's be very clear about that. And then, you know, um, We don't, as Indian football fans, fight for what is right and what is wrong. The biggest, in my opinion, biggest disappointment to me as Indian football, you can fight XYZ thing, but we are not fighting for what is right or wrong, right? A lot of fan groups are in their own little bubble and own little world, don't know what the reality is. And that's another problem. Who are you listening to? Where are you getting your information from? Are we fighting for what is right and what is wrong? No. This should be the fight of every Indian football fan. And this is one thing which I've said again and again and again. If you're a fan of a club, of an entity, whatever you are actually factually also the fan of Indian football, actually. So you need to fight for Indian football, for what is right and what is wrong. We all need to fight for that. We don't. 20-year agreement will be in the dustbin, which was thrown by clubs. Kumar, at the moment, it looks to be in the dustbin. Even I was stunned to hear that Almighty AIFF approached you. It's, and I was surprised with everything that was, you know, um, everything that had come out, everything we spoke about, things being leaked. This is one information that there were three people who were supposedly interviewed, which I guess only two people were, and none of the names were leaked. Very interesting, right? Very convenient not to put it out there. Because at that time, I would have had praised a few things and would have maybe given the one interview and said, this, that, and that. They didn't. So what is the hidden agenda of all these people, right? Therefore, that is the question. Na? It is not one person. It is not two persons. It is a lot of different people who are doing things in their own interest and not in the interest of Indian football. And a thing that I've learned, a lot of people do things they think that are right because they don't know better. Knowledge is another big issue and problems. Practical approach and the realities of how India operates. Jugar. This Churchill Brothers episode is Jugar. To the core. Nowhere else in the world, after a league has started, after Afghaz has said it, it's crazy. I read today Chris leaving FS for Gütersloh women's team. Yes, Roshan, Chris and I were speaking last night. Not an easy decision for him to leave Gütersloh, but he thinks the cycle is over after 6-7 years. And yeah, let's see what he does. And as always, someone, of course, who in the initial days of IndianFootball.com was with me. I wish him always all the best. Around that, Tata bye-bye to ISL. If they AFF need to survive after election, whoever comes need to complete overhaul of AFF constitution. That means clauses amendments. Yeah, Kumar, the question is who's going to come? Who is going to come? If the AFF is in the state that they're heading towards at the moment, who in a sane state of mind will come to the AFF to be president, vice president, treasurer, and all that stuff? So that's the problem. Hope some fans can be happy if Churchill Brothers FC comes, they can have the relegation spot, saving the other clubs. Sorry, it was a bad joke. Rutiraj, if this might be the tit for tat, right? If you allow Churchill in, relegation will not happen. Maybe that's one of the points. That some of these relegation threatened. Yeah. Hear me out. Let even if Churchill Brothers come in ISL, then they will save others from getting relegated. Yeah, Hannibal. Might be. Might be in the sense of that not that Churchill Brothers will get relegated. That relegation altogether might be cancelled. Well said, Arunda. We all need to fight, but here is the issue. We lack those heroic figures going against the system with high intensity, those who can ultimately become part of the same system. Pujan, I agree with you, not the last sentence. Those who can, they're there, but they're not part of the system. The the heroic fighters of Indian football are not part of the Indian football system. Because those who think they are heroic and this and that and everything, they are not in the system. They do stuff. They're there. But those heroic people are kept out of key positions or decisions. And that is our biggest problems at different levels. At the AFF, at the state affairs, at the clubs, at the academies, at the coaches. Let's see. Today, Bangladesh women played a match against Western Sydney Wanderers FC 1-1 draw. That's good for team, but China and it us, but we technically beat Uzbekistan, so we need to focus on that match. Ashraf, it is going to be it for Bangladesh or be it for India, a very, very tough competition, right? So, yeah, and let's see what these two teams can do. Yes, so now when such culprits which are bullying national level football must be on state level too, right? Was thinking about it with all the jail and Kochi stadium circus. 100% Roshan. The so-called Super League Kerala and what they're doing, involving in that, ministers, the Greater Cochin Development Authority. Yeah. That the Blasters are perfect, the Blasters are great is a different conversation. But what has been the injustice that has been done to Kerala Blasters is just insane, right? Theoretically, I feel it might have been better if Sunday's match hadn't been played. Because that would have put pressure on the political class in Kerala. Because it's football, it's a sport that is loved in Kerala. That something could have, would have, should have been done, right? That's the reality. Any good news here about Indian football? Oh, react. Good news. What is the good news? I would have said up to yesterday, the good news is that the Indian Super League started off on the 14th of this month. To me, that is the good news. But this whole Churchill Brothers thing, you know, um, there is no good news on that front, right? And my hopes and our wishes are that we pull off something Women's Asian Cup, under 20 Asian Cup, under 17 women's and men's, but I don't know. I don't know where it's supposed to come from. Mountain Sporting saved after all difficulties of Churchill Brothers transaction. Much it could be. As I say, a tit for tat, no? Barter deal or whatever. Women's Asian Cup, we should be ready to witness very scary goal lines. Yes, Uchit. I said this in the last 2, 3 months a few times. My biggest fear, my biggest concern is that we could lose by heavy margins. I hope not. I wish not. I wish us all the best. But I also know where we stand at this moment in time, and it looks very crazy. JLN and Kochi 70 crore waterfall. Raj, the point is to me is a different one. The JLN 70 crore sounds a lot, but theoretically, JLN, what did they do? They just did put some seats and did a little bit here and there, and put a little bit of coloring, coat, fresh paint of coat, a coat of paint. But did they do what was needed to the stadium? No, they haven't. Right. So that's the problem. Now the can Praful Patel can revive ISL and AFF. Kumar, in theory, yes. But can he, will he, is he gonna come back? I don't know. I don't know, you don't know, we don't know, right? So this is where we're stuck, right? Can't believe FC Goa supports Cheshwas to be part of this season. Ridiculous at this point. Two match weeks are already over. PC Gamer Tag. I don't think that for FC Goa there is any option. If the BJP government in Goa tells them you have to support this, I don't think FC Goa is in a position, knowing that what business Jaideep Modi, the owner or the key stakeholder in FC Goa, is in. I don't think he's in a position to not do it. You know. So therefore, for me, um, um, yeah, and that is the problem. And if you see the way FC Goa played and FC Goa was put together, you know, so same as my last to last comment. What was your last to last comment? Your last to last was Mohammedan Sporting, and then it was JLN. Or did I miss another one? Because I don't see any other ones from you, Raj. Maybe you have to post it again. JLN renovation is open air 50 crore Kichori. Welcome to the USSR. In my opinion. Hannibal, USSR, United States, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It is happening everywhere at all levels in India. That's the biggest problem. Heroic in the sense of demonstration effect. The public figures, the ex-players with some appeal and great influence need to be more vocal. Massive respect to the silent workers, not referring to them. Pujan, who amongst those so-called ex-players with some appeal are on the good side? You know, you know, are they on the right side? Are the other play again in Bengal? As you know, we had the Bengal Super League, and that whole shebang of ex-players, younger and older, was part of the BSL. In private, they will tell you something which they would never utter in public. You know, so I don't know. I wonder what Ravi Pushkar's reaction was to it. He seems to me like as someone who stands for rules and competition. Roshan, he signed the letter. He sent the email. You know, 70 crores in the pockets of Greater Cochin Development Authority. Maybe, maybe not, Kumar. I don't think the other clubs will agree. Why can't Churchwell's play IFL at least come up through meritocracy? PC Gamer Tag, they say na, they've got, you know, um, they are the champions. So they claim that they still, they're not accepting the ruling from CAS. That is the crazy one. Na? The CAS ruling is not being accepted by them. Na? So it's again, we can talk about things and this and that and everything, but um, yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know where we're heading with this. This is ridiculous. Can Indian women team have a chance to go for FIFA World Cup realistically? Shubham, if you ask me realistically, no. I don't see us qualifying. Would I like us to qualify? Yes. Right. Um, I can surely say when Shavi Saga came out, AIFF made international headlines after general inclusion. They are heading towards same path. Raj, does the rest of the world care? Do they understand what is happening over here? I don't think so. So therefore, for me, um, yeah. Odisha FC with Crispin Chetri Ahmed 70-0 by Urawa Red Diamonds. Women was difficult to watch. Felt like crying. Worried about the India match in Japan. Going to watch in stadium the match against Vietnam. Oh, Prithviraj, enjoy. My fear against Japan is that we could lose 20-0. Right? Again, if you think that Urawa Red is good, the level of the Japanese players, again, playing in England in the Women's Super League, playing here in the Women's Bundesliga, in La Liga Feminin. Yeah. When the owners are good friends with Churchill Brothers, what kind of going to CEO do? Hannibal, I don't think the owners are good friends. I don't know where you're getting that from. He signed the letter, okay, but actually supporting it is a different matter. Roshan, again, um, the question to me is, do you stand for something or you don't? Right? And if again, I tell you, if I was a CEO or whatever, uh, um, you know, uh, yeah, I would resign immediately and would be gone. Thank you very much. Tata, bye bye. Hence, they're part of the same system. That's what my point. They don't have the matter in them to grow and raise the right issue. Hence, football won't become a priority in the national level. Yeah, again, yeah. Pujan, that's the point. That's the problem. We have too many people, right? Okay, if Chatter Brothers are so desperate to play ISL, let them do next season. Then we'll have 15 teams, 28 games per team. That will be decent. PC Gamer Tag. I don't want 15 teams. I don't want 28 games. The league is too big already. 14 teams. We don't have quality for 14 teams. That is the other problem of people. We need a smaller ISL. I think a 10-team I League is good, right? And yeah, right? Narendra, nothing more to add, and just please go somewhere else if you want to. If you have those kind of opinions, don't come to the channel, please. One these judges do not even cast judgment is ultimate. How these many people in football ecosystem have zero support knowledge. Kumar, I said, you know, um, multiple times that knowledge is a problem in this system. Understanding is a problem. Introspection doesn't happen. Accountability does not exist. This is a proof. You want bigger proof? This is the proof to you or to anyone who wants to see. All that jazz in the media that Ravi did eventually signed letter for church was a hypocrite. You should show and do both lost respect in my eyes. Yeah, the waves. What to say? I mean, to survive in Goa, you need to be good friends with the local politicians. Yeah, Judge Brothers must have threatened. Again, Anibal, the question is at some stage, some people need to ask themselves, do I stand for something? Or am I there just to do a job? Right? And what the waves said, I sadly have to second. Right? So these are some of the realities. And this is where the Indian Super League is today. Right? So for me, um, to me, it's very simple that if we want to move at any football in the right direction, you know, so yeah, that's a problem. Now the congratulations, IFL comes in Prasra Bharati and AIFF. Yeah, but Kumar, who wants to show IFL? For some people, ICC is overcast. But Raj, they will have to fall. ICC and BCCI will have to fall in line because of Olympics. You know, you know. I know the league will get diluted and the quality isn't there. But what about game time? Our players don't play nearly enough games. PC gamer tag simple thing. So you rather take some useless games and play some games for the sake of playing games because you don't have enough games. It has no logic. I rather have this is what I've propagated with the AFF even in 2018-19 when the conversation was happening about the youth leagues. Rather have less matches but have quality matches. Um, yeah, or yeah. So no. First change our Indian football team selectors as deserving players not get called for international matches. Who are the deserving players, Narendra? There's not a deserving player who's not been called up. Where are the players? We don't have a pool. The first 2 weeks of the ISL have shown that mostly the older players are the one who can play football. But to get it here for people is very, very difficult. No point. Deserving player. Who's the deserving player not getting a call? How to become the CEO of an ISL club? Do I have to an MBA or something? Hannibal, different ways. In certain clubs, you've taken people who've got football experience. MBA, if you have, might be Advantage is some clubs you just know the owner, right? That has also happened. So there's no qualification to work in the ISL per se. Let's put it this way: per se, there is no qualification requirement to be part of the ISL clubs, right? 1 hour 20 minutes. Once more reminder: if you haven't, like, share, and subscribe Arun Foot here on YouTube. The most honest discussions that we'll get on Indian football anywhere in the world, on any platform in the world, is here. It was that way. It is that way. And 17 likes so far. Thank you very much. We stand at 3,830. Thank you very much. We're growing slowly, slowly. We need to grow this community because I need your backing to fight for what is right and wrong in Indian football. To fight for what is right and call out what is wrong in Indian football. Otherwise, it will not happen. No one else will do it. I think I'll have to lead the fight. Enough that Indian Ambani can stand any political power. That is why I need them for ISL, not any other company to own ISL. Any other company should come out of India who won't bend for politics. Okay, let me see. Let me see, Kumar, if that's the case. But the Ambanis are gone. They're Tata bye bye, and they're not coming back. Yeah, Kumar. Was watching the RTI match between East Bengal and Sesa Football Academy. Couldn't watch it beyond 5-6 minutes. This was the quality of football and broadcast. Achut, what to say? We've spoken about it. We know where we stand. What is the situation? Can it get better? Can it get rather worse? And again, it can always get worse, right? So these are some of the realities of things that there is. If I like it, you like it, we like it. And that's the sad part. At the moment, that is the sad part of things. Realities of Indian football, right? So, yeah, right. So for me, it is very, very dangerous where we stand because it's the 25th of February, and if things go the way they're going at the moment, you know, um, maybe, you know, there is no ISL. So, what to say? Just so much. Let me just put the lights on because suddenly it's become dark. Um, Actually, the first day, sorry guys, the first day that the temperature has hit 15 degrees this year here in Germany. Yeah, pleasantly, it seems like spring is finally around the corner, but I don't know if spring is around the corner for Indian football because as things stand at this moment in time, I don't know. I don't know how far this this crisis in Indian football can go because we are at a very, 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 very dangerous point. But you're the first one to talk about. I was, yeah, what to say? Good evening, Zurabar. Why care about quality? It's not like quality was great in an 8-team ISL. I'd rather choose game time for players as a quality will always be small or big. RS, where do I start? If you have a smaller league, you'll at least have a little bit of quality. If you have a bigger league, play more matches, you'll have a lot more matches which are bad. Right? And yeah. Next 2-3 days, social media journalists will have a field day. People who cover it, what they'll have, yeah, what to say. Also, the AIFF sent notice to Ismail for supporters using pyrotechnics in the stadium. Yeah, Uchut, but that's right. Pyros are not allowed anywhere in the world, right? I saw today in Germany, Bayern Munich's B team, who play fourth division, have been fined and deducted a point for the usage of pyros. Pyrotechnics has nothing to do, Um, sorry, anywhere in the world. I say that at FC Remscheid. FC Remscheid, I don't know how many fines they've gotten in the last few years because the fans don't seem to learn. The same thing applies to East Bengal or to anybody else in the world. If Chetras joins ISL, it will be a joke. Yeah, Zonavar, Indian football was a joke, is a joke, and will be a joke most probably. because nobody is doing the things that are needed to make it serious. So welcome to the party. Um, yeah, to what party is going to be the question, but maybe it's the end of Indian football party. But it's insane. So what to say? East Bengal fan numbers are less in numbers. East Bengal fans, okay, yeah. So yeah, and then I've seen pyros in Turkish German leagues also. Yeah, but in the German Bundesliga and in the Turkish league, you get punishment. If you're using pyros, you get punished. Period. No conversation. You get fined, right? Pyros. Anyone who thinks pyros are good and right to put into a stadium does not understand what a danger it is for the people around you, because you're playing with fire physically. Why do you think FC Goa and SC Delhi supporting this? Zorava, they didn't. They were put under political pressure in Goa and in Delhi by the BJP, right? They didn't do it out of their free will, but they did it. They did, and that is the reason they resigned from the managing committee. For me, the question is, when you're resigning from the managing committee, why are you signing those letters? Why are you sending those letters? You know, right? What are your thoughts on Ravi and Dhruv? More so Ravi, considering spoke to every media outlet. The Vapes, I would say disappointed. I've had a high opinion about Ravi, because I think Ravi was one of the guys who was fighting for the survival of the Indian Super League. You know, um, you know. So therefore, this is the reality. So for me, it is these are the guys who need to stand up for what is right in regard to club football. But I understand that they are also in the position of where they don't know what their owners will do. Right, the situation in front of a minister. But the point is, if I'm going into these meetings, I need to know where to stand. We I don't know. What do you think for Northeast United this season without Ajay? Shemo, um, it's a chance for some of the younger players, some of the Indian players to showcase themselves. Ajay was the player which took Northeast United to the playoffs. This season, of course, we don't have playoffs, but the question is, can Northeast United be somewhere in the middle, or will they drop further down the table, or will they actually go up? So, very interesting to see. I don't support pyros, not just safety issues. It doesn't let other people watch the game, or it stops games, right? I remember this season a few weeks ago, FC Cologne against Bayern Munich, the game had to be stopped because the pyros literally, created a blanket fog in the stadium. Oh, now I've seen J League started in 1993 with 10 teams, and now they develop with vision execution. Yeah, but Kumar, again, to compare Japan with India, or to mention India in the same sentence as Japan, is already a mistake, right? These guys know what they've done. Never been to Kolkata, but at least online, East Bengal fans are the most annoying, and for some reason, they all hate East FSDL and love this AIFF run league, because they're at the moment they're top, and the East Bengal fans should ask themselves that if you were calling out mistakes, you know, um, of the referees, you should call out the referees' mistakes in the Delhi game. Edmund Raldinika's penalty was never a penalty, right? But they won't do that, no? If the referee decisions go against East Bengal, we'll be back to square one. With all this, it was better this hazard league never happened. Zoravar, it's right, but if this league didn't happen, I guess there would have been a lot of clubs who would have shut down, right? So this carnival we're having at the moment is crazy. Arunava, I think the Ravi Pushkar owner said, sign it or leave it. No. Kumar, how do you, again, do not make these assumptions or thinking you know. Do you know the owner? Do you know Ravi? Do you know Churchill? Do you know anyone involved? Don't make these assumptions. I've told you guys, if you don't know Do not make assumptions, because some of you, whoever it is, doesn't matter, are going to take it out there and then going to put it on social media, and someone's going to believe it, and then it goes its way. But then, what's your opinion regarding Mohan Supergiant under Lobera now? Great, Zawar. I mean, Hiren and I linked at the top have done a review of game week 2. Mohan Bagan under Lobera, much more free flowing, much better playing. Um, and yeah, let's see if they can defend their title or not. What do you think that Ravi had these threats from the owners, considering they resigned from that committee? So, what does this even mean? The Waves, I don't understand that. And I don't know if there were threats or anything, but they resigned from the managing committee, meaning that you are actually protesting against Churchill Brothers being considered to come to the league. Right. But to me, if you're doing that, you were the core people of the managing committee. You're stepping down, you're walking away. Then why did you send those mails or letters to the AIFF in support of Churchill Brothers? It makes no sense. I feel Abik is in more trouble than others, just assuming. Raj, maybe not. And I've said this. Abik, I respect that he said, you know what, I will communicate with the fans. Nice to do. His job is to manage, organize Churchill Brothers, explain why certain decisions are taken or not. And what I've understood from the Blasters fans is that they want to win a title, whatever may come, and if they have to spend, which the owners are not doing. I always say to any fan, be in the shoes of the owners who's losing money left, right, and center. And it's not understood. Abik is trying to communicate, trying to mediate, and it seems to me it's backfiring. Right? So that's the reality. For the younger generation here, Churchill Brothers has a history of causing disruptions. Yes, Ochud. It's not the first time, 1997. We go back in, way back in history. So I go back, let me look back in history into the, let me see, 1 second. I need to figure out when was this. NFL, NFL. There is the NFL. Where is the NFL? National Football League. There it is. Okay. Okay. I go back to the first National Football League. So just to put things into context. Mohun Bagan were not part of it because Mohun Bagan finished 5th in their group. 1 point behind Mahindra and Churchill Brothers. Right? So FC Cochin and Mohun Bagan were inducted. Right? Which was the season? Which was the season that Churchill Brothers got relegated? 1 second, I'm trying to figure out which one. They didn't have to get relegated. When did they get relegated? I'm trying to figure out which year. There was a year they got relegated and they didn't play. Anyway, I'm not finding it, not figuring out when it was. Anyway, it was one of those years. I'm not finding it. And they've been in and out, but hey, that's the problem. 2 years ago, budging down to political pressure is embarrassing. Zoravar, it might be, it might not be, because one has to remember what kind of business Jaideep Modi and Delton are in. So, yeah. Wonder why SC Delhi is supporting Churchill Brothers. Zoravar, because the Delhi government has put pressure on SC Delhi. And SC Delhi are new to Delhi. So that's the reality of why they've agreed to things. Once again proved if you have political backing in India, you can do anything without comfort. Yes, of course, Zoravar. I've jokingly said today, I've said it a few days ago also, right? If I wanted, if I again, if I want to play the political card and had the contacts, I create Arunava FC. I want to play ISL. I don't want to play local league. I don't want to play I League Two, I League Three, I League Two, I League. I want to play ISL and have the right contacts. You know, you know. I could have done that most probably, which is insane to think. If you have the political contacts, you can play it. Another, does you have any fans there on the saying nobody should come to watch FC Goa games? Kumar, I don't think they have. They have the extended family. They have some people in Barca. And I think in the last I League, I think there were some people even paid a little bit of money to come to matches. So yeah. Remember for fans engagement, certain one of fans gave to call so-called Gyan or legacy to Cummings and McLaren, which is Raj, the legacy part is utterly useless. Right? If I again, as I say, if I have had the contacts, if I had the money, even if I don't have the money, but I have the contacts, I could go tomorrow and say, you know what, guys, Arunava FC, I created a club. I will play ISL. Hoga, right? This is the craziness of the situation that we're talking about. That you do not need to work your way up through a pyramid and could get away with it. That's why when a little earlier some people spoke about Diamond Harbour FC, I give Diamond Harbour FC credit that they've worked their way up from the CFL via I League 3, I League 2 to the I League and now want to get into the ISL, get promoted. Despite having that political backing, right? You can see things other ways in other states. The Mizoram government is supporting Chanmari FC as well as Aizawl FC to play in the IFL. This is what you know. What's your opinion regarding Mohammad Superjan and the Molina till now? Zavar, it's a different team. It's in the sense of different way of football. Habas has a certain style of football. Molina has a certain style of football. Lobera has a certain style of football. If you ask me, first two games, much more free-flowing football from Mohun Bagan Supergiant than what you've seen in the last few years. Because that is how Lobera plays, likes to play. Lobera rather would, as I said, nah, I would rather win 5-4 than 1-0. But let's see. Did you ever meet Novi Kapadia? Yeah, RS, not only met, we've done commentary together, interviews, whatever. So therefore, for me, um, yeah, Novi, the late Novi, a legend in itself. But I also have to say that no, not on everything Novi and I agreed to in the past. To honestly say that. Sorry, Lobera. Um, yeah, so Zoravar, if you want to talk about Lobera so far, you can see it. And what I've liked most about Lobera's Mohun Bagan, Apuya Anirudh Thapa. This is the best Anirudh Thapa I've seen in a Mohun Bagan shirt. Apuya is Apuya. Apuya is our best midfielder. I've said this for years. Uh, so, yeah, that's the thing. I remember during COVID, there was news about his pension issue or something. Did you know what happened? No, I remember, I heard something as well, but I don't remember fully what has happened at the time, to be honest. So therefore, I can't tell you what happened, why it happened. No, RS, I don't know. Right, 1 hour, 39 plus minutes on a day that, I don't know, the ISL's, I don't know where the ISL is walking. Um, so therefore for me, it's very, yeah. Um, we'll have to see where we're heading. I don't know. Do you think Petratos was being held back Momolina? No, Zoravar, I I feel mm, this is a different Petratos. Looks certainly he's fitter, right? He's fitter. And maybe he wanted to prove a point also, because towards, if you'd asked me the way also he played the Super Cup, I would have, and we've discussed this on this channel. I think you said it, I think Blue said it, I said it, that most likely he will leave in Jan. And I would have said, uh, but at the moment, Dimi Petratos, top. Wow, right? NFL clubs should also say we have legacy. Why should only East Bengal Mohammed use that term? Churchill Brothers is doing that as well, no? Raj. Will Thapa get to play like this in national team as Khalid is much more destructive than Lobera, not Molina? I don't know. So yeah, good question. I don't know. Right. If you ask me, mm, Khalid needs to be called, no? Khalid first needs to be calling Thapa into the team, which he hasn't done, right? So that's there, and then call up Danish Farouk. Yeah. So therefore, yeah. I have his book, good book. Hard to believe people in Delhi used to watch football back in the days. Yeah, there's a lot. I also have his book, right? Let me just search for it. 1 second. I have his book. Um, where is it? Where is it? Here. Barefoot to Boots. Yes. Forward by Baichung Bhutia. Um, found it with found the book. Yeah, that's Novi's book. With a certain Sunil Chetri against Regan Singh. It's a Mumbai City versus Northeast United match. And yeah, it was, and it even got wait 1 second. Sorry, this is the way to show it. Something written from Novi, and I quote: "Dear Arunava, we both share a common passion, Indian football. Enjoy my book, which reflects our passion. Warm regards, Novi Kopadia, 27th October 2017." So this was 2 days before the FIFA World Cup final. I got this book at the Oxford bookstore. And I remember Novi wanted to gift it to me, and then I said, no, Novi, I need to, I need to buy it. I need to support you. And then, you know, um, 399 rupees at the time. Very good read. Barefoot to Boots from Novi Kapadia. Um, yeah, I haven't read, I haven't looked at it quite a while. Some historic pieces. For example, 1948 India at the Olympics, with pictures, what he called glory years. And I remember, wait 1 second, where is this? And of course, there were certain pictures, for example, also in the latter days, I League, that was the year that Aizol won. Sorry. Aizol, Aizol won the I League 80K, winning the uh, Indian Super League, the AFC Challenge Cup victory, FIFA President Blatter with the Indian Under 17 World Cup and all. That's very special book from the late Novi Kapadia. Do you see any team beating East Bengal this ISL? Yeah. Mohun Bagan could be. It could be Mumbai City. It could be Jamshedpur. Could be Bangalore FC. To me, as good as East Bengal is so far, I think um, I think there's a lot to unpack on that. Um, so therefore, for me, there's a lot of things can happen, and I think the Jamshedpur match on Friday could be the start. Flu, guess we have Molina syndrome. Yeah, Zarava, seems you guys have. Yes, Sasha, do you think the short format and the fact that could be relegation this season is affecting the style of play? Almost all teams are playing risk-free football. It could be, yes. It could be in a way, but it is a short league. I feel also that, there's a lot of fitness issues with the teams, right? At least I feel. But yeah, that's the way it is. Own calls peak haram ball. Yeah. In the first two matches, I would have said, he's taken it to a further level than Khalid could have ever done. I feel. I don't know, it might be wrong, but I felt the second match against Punjab was, yeah. Just watch my review with Hiren, and then you'll see. I keep forgetting coach is changed. On paper, Jamshedpur FC probably has most expensive team after Mohammad Superchild, East Bengal FC, Bangalore FC. I think Bangalore FC is not that costly. I would think that Jamshedpur is a costlier team than Bangalore FC. Yeah, yeah, they would be surely top four. Oh, now this legacy club's not even known in most parts of southern part of India. What legacy they're talking about and smoking? See, Kumar, it's legacy clubs. Even they're legacy clubs of the south, or you know, or the southern part of India. You come from in and around Hyderabad, right? So in the old days, you would have spoken about Hyderabad Police or Andhra Pradesh Police, right? That's a legacy team. When the great Rahim Saab was around. You know, in my opinion, Mohun Bagan Super Rivers East Bengal looks like the cider. Zavar, again, people will say I'm biased, but I think depending on the next 2, 3 match rounds, I think there will be one or two other teams looking to fight for the title. And one of them, my hope is, if they can beat on Sunday Northeast United, would be Mumbai City. To be very honest with you guys, I think um, Mumbai City could be in with a chance. Let's see. Another, if Urban, say I will invest some money for 5 to or 10% stakes. Kumar, how many crores are you giving me then for your stake? For 10% stake, how many crores are you offering me? Kumar, let's open the market. How many crores are you offering me to become a stakeholder in Arunava FC? Which season of the AIFF was the best and had peak football? Oh, Ankit. I would most probably say from a superstar perspective, most probably 2016. From a football perspective, 18, 19, maybe even 22, 23. 22, 23 might have been. If AFF add Churchill brother, how will they reschedule matches of a league already running? Zoravar, that's a nice headache for them to sort out. Let them have that headache. Because they've not thought this through, no? This is something which we've seen now multiple times over the years, that some of these things happen and they're not thought through. Like it's like the I League clubs are. You know what? Let's rename it to Indian Football League. Why? Why now? Think about doing it maybe next season. Why do you want to rename the Indian foot? Want to name it the Indian Football League at this moment in time? We're already in chaos, right? Which ISL founder clubs you feel will just shut down if get relegated, like Kerala FC, Northeast United FC, Chennai, and they still continue to sell it someone else? RS, who will buy? My question to you is: the sell thing is easy to say. I don't see that happening. That's one. Shutting down, irrespective of relegation. I have 5 to 8 clubs as candidates. I have even got East Bengal and Mohun Bagan as candidates for their corporate partners to leave. Right? Reality. All of that is possible given of how the ISL, and if Churchill Brothers comes in, I don't even know if the ISL tomorrow is there. Right? His own call carrying the legacy of Khalid, it seems though. Raj, at the moment, so far, yes. If you look at the first two, and Friday, I think, will be the ultimate test. Is Jamshedpur FC going to be playing Khalid Jamil football? Or are they going to be playing some sort of Owen Coyle football, little deeper, but on the counter attack? Because you have the players. You have Madi Talal, you have potentially Nikola Stojanovic or Reita Chikawa, Messi Boli theoretically up front. They have options, right? So, yeah, maybe not enough time. So therefore, we'll have to wait and see. And now, for God's sake, till now, I do not even know Andhra Police team existed. I'm from Andhra. Most people in Andhra do not have any idea that team Andhra Police existed. Kumar, top team under Rahim Saab in the 50s. Yeah, so that is the thing, right? But again, you're young. You guys will know Hyderabad FC. You will know Srinari Deccan. Bas, khatam ho gaya. Gute Nacht, good night, Zoravar. Good to see you. Jamshedpur on paper has a better team than others. Raj, Jamshedpur FC on paper most probably are a top 3, top 4 team. On paper. Again, they're top four at the moment with 2 wins, but not the style. The question at the moment is, do are we bothering about style and this and that and everything? Then we'll say, oh, you know what? East Bengal has been the most pleasing to watch and the most exciting also to watch, especially that Delhi SC match. You know, so to me, will be interesting to see what they can do, right? And therefore, yeah, yeah, you will need some level of luck as well. I feel Mumbai City FC might get a chance off the back of being defensively strong, but their attack is lacked despite Kauko, Brandon, and Pereira. Sasha, yes, but I think the Kauko element, and again, at Mumbai City, everyone was worried, oh, Kiri gone. No, Race came in, it's done very well, and Yoni Kauko is a champion. Now, you're mentioning Brandon, we can talk about Changte. Pereira Diaz has not been amongst the goals. Vikram to add, Jorge Ortiz to add. I thought Mumbai City were better in the second game than in the first. Give them another 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If they can get the results flowing. And let me look at Mumbai City's schedule, right? 1 second. Mumbai City next play on Sunday, Northeast United, right? Then Mumbai City hosts Sporting Club Delhi, right? And then um, Inter Kashi versus Mumbai City on the 15th of March. So after what I've seen so far, those are 5 matches. If Mumbai City can stand with 13 points after 5 games, they're in the title race. Because then, match day 6, Mohun Bagan versus Mumbai City, March 20th, right? So that's that. And then Mumbai hosts Odisha. So therefore, um, Mumbai City could be a very interesting thing. So I'd be interested to see what Mumbai City can do because I feel, yeah. So let's see where it heads. Now the AIFF is doing wait and watch tactics regarding church was thinking that if clubs accept the church inclusions, let's see what they do. I mean, Delhi owners bought Hyderabad. I know FS is not there, but the AIFF founder club's name must have made some value in last decade. Clubs like Kerala versus Northeast which used to get fans. RS, you have to remember that Hyderabad is not the original venue and home of um, the club. Originally, it was Pune City Football Club. Or FC Pune City was the original club. After 5 years, shifted to Hyderabad. After season 11, it's now shifting to Delhi. Um, the value of Blasters, the value of Northeast United, the value of a Mumbai City or Chennai or whatever they are is different. I'm impressed by Johnny Kauko. Yeah, Johnny Kauko is Kumar is a champion. I said that to a friend of mine at Inter Kashi. I would have kept him, and he's already proven at Mumbai City in the first 2 matches what a value he has. But Mohan Superjan didn't seem as attacking as Goa or Mumbai under Lobera till now. More like a mixed under Odisha, say it's due to Mohan is having a good defense or just gelling up. Blue, I think Lobera has evolved, right? You correctly say Odisha FC um, was already a different team than what Lobera was playing before that at the other clubs. I totally agree with you on that. But again, Lobera at Mohun Bagan has one advantage, right? Alberto Rodriguez, Mehtab, Tom Aldred, right? Has the best defenders in the league, right? But he doesn't have one of those where you say, okay, there are like adventurous like Murtada Fall. Right? Murtada Fall has been always a risk factor in my opinion. Right? As good as he is, as dangerous he is also on set pieces, but again, he also had his defensive mistakes. So therefore, it is different. But Mohun Bagan, to me, under Lobera has been more fluid in attack than Mohun Bagan has been under Molina or under Habas. So therefore, if Mohun Bagan is nowhere near prime Mumbai City under Lobera. But There is something. So therefore, that is what I said. I told you the other day, Kauko signed. Kauko has that league winning factor. Mohun Bagan, then Takashi, now Mumbai City FC. Raj, I actually, yes, I remember you saying that. And I also say that as well. That Yoni Kauko, if you can get him fit, keep him fit, and Nuno Reyes, besides Ortiz and Pereira Diaz, plus the Indian players we have, if some of the youngsters step up, Mumbai City could be in the championship fight. And I know that certain people said, oh, Mumbai City might get face relegation, right? Some people said that. 6 points, you're sorted with that part at least. So therefore, for Mumbai City, I don't know what I expect more, but if they can keep it going in the next 2, 3 matches, who knows, right? And the danger is for East Bengal. We're back to the I League days in 2010, 11, 12, 13, in the Trevor Morgan days, where East Bengal were always close but never won the title. Early season leaders. Can they keep it up? Because East Bengal in the next, again, they've got Jamshedpur, as a game, which not something to like to play. Then East Bengal host FC Goa, and then East Bengal play Kerala, right? So therefore, East Bengal's next 2, 3 matches will be very interesting to see where they head. Because to me, mm, it's a challenge, no? So let's wait and see. Brandon is finished now, not a top player. RS, I thought he has so far done okay for himself. Again, to say he's finished, I don't think so. He's done okay. He, we are used to high levels, expect high levels, but again, let's see. Oscar Brozon at the moment is the most under pressure manager. Mm, is he the most under pressure manager? I don't know if he's the most under pressure, or is it Katala? Is it Clifford? All of them are a lot under pressure. I think they could get more out of him in the number 10 role and Brandon cutting in off the wings, allowing Mishra to get forward. Sasha, again, that's going to be an interesting one, how they use Brandon. To me, he's not a winger anymore. He's more of I would rather play in that holding midfield, give him free space and do, but let's see. Churchill Brothers drama is more like a thriller web series. Kumar is not a thriller. It's a dead, it's a, how do I call it? It's a, it's a web series, or it's a, it's like a, there's this Spanish term called telenovela, daily soap. It's like a telenovela where on the go you are writing the story. In a web series, normally, if you got X number of episodes, you know what's going to be the outcome. Here, we don't know what the outcome will be. The story is being written while we speak. East Bengal is desperate for success like Man U and Premier League. Yeah, yeah, Raj, they are. And I would actually say that East Bengal is more desperate for success than even Manchester United. Crazy to think, but I think East Bengal's wish and hopes are there. And this season could be I mean, East Bengal, irrespective ISL happening, not full season, whatever, they've actually done a good job in the transfer market. They brought in good quality foreigners for the first time. In general, good quality foreigners, retained the right ones. And, Bipin seems to be a good addition. So let's see. But as Blue says, East Bengal defense can hurt if Kevin doesn't come back. Yeah, that's the thing. If I'm banking on Anwar and Jackson with Nunga and Jay Gupta with Rakib as a backup, you know. So interesting. East Bengal certainly is in the mix for the title. Will they win it? Can they win it? That would be, the question to ask. At this moment, they are surely in the mix. So as you're Bengali, you might know Putul Khala, Church Brothers is more like that. Yeah, Raj, I know what you mean. It's playing with a doll, maybe translating it. Um, so that's another thing. And yeah, well, um, again, I go back in saying one thing, which I think East Bengal fans don't even realize, that family roots wise, I would support East Bengal and have supported East Bengal always. But again, due to my affiliation with Mumbai City and with Round Glass Punjab, my love for them is a little bit more because I've been involved in setting up Mumbai City FC, and I've been involved in setting up the academy of Round Glass Punjab. That is even more, right? But uh, yeah, but East Bengal are in the mix. Oscar is a good friend, so let's see what they do. Anwar will be banned soon, so East Bengal don't have him. Ooh, that is something, Raj, I totally forgot. Yes, that could also be hitting East Bengal in the summer, no? Now, what is Swiss Federal Tribunal, which has more power? CAS, Swiss CAS. The Swiss Federal Court has no jurisdiction, and they've turned away the case anyway. Anwar is supposed to be banned for 3 years. No, Blue. He will be banned normally 4 to 6 months. So yeah. Do you like something Jingan so far downfall? What downfall? Why are you talking always about these downfalls? Where are the downfalls? I don't see these downfalls. They've not been at their best or superstar performances, but there is no downfall in my opinion from these guys. I don't know where you see that. Sorry, maybe I've missed something, but I don't see any downfall with these guys. Right? There is no downfall for a Sandesh or for a Brandon. They're decent, okay, but they're not. Yeah, but again, overall, who's been good? I mean, hearing is it. Acha, to yeah, yeah. Sorry, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Blue, it's 2 plus years now, and nothing has happened, and that's the in me that's the disappointment of this whole matter. In the way that it's been handled, and it's disappointing. It's disappointing to say the least, and it's not helped us in Indian football. It has elongated the case, and for me, it's a disappointing thing that has happened. Right? It's not something that I would like to see, but again, that's the way it is. So yeah, welcome to the world of Indian football. Right, more than 2 hours and 2 minutes. Slowly coming to an end of this live today. If you haven't liked this video, share this video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel as well, and and if you haven't, Hiren and I have done a game week 2 review, which is available on Curious Harry or is linked here on my page as well. So do that. So therefore, for me, yeah, do support the channel. 3,830. Again, we're slowly itching towards the 4,000 mark, and let's keep on growing. I mean, he was hoping to become a regular in Europe. Now he's just another ISL defender, not even a star. RS, he was hoping to play in Europe. Was he hoping to become a regular? Again, maybe not. Uh, uh, you know, um, and again, he's not a star defender. Which Indian defender is actually better than Sandesh? Rahul Beke? And then who's anyone else who's better than him? I don't see that. Sir, Gurkira performance so far after Mumbai City FC exit, he was not even called for U23 matches. Raj, yeah, hasn't worked out for him at Chennai, no? No, Petrus is already rejected. Okay. Um, Sub judice, not prejudice. I now understand what you mean. The matter is not sub judice. The matter has been rejected. The AFF letter has wrong information in it. Simple. So, again, nothing more to add to that. Right. We've spoken a lot about this whole Churchill thing. I will do a separate video on it tomorrow. Tomorrow, yeah, FC Goa was sporting Club Delhi. So, looking forward to that. And then let's see what happens in the next 2-3 days. I think there's a lot to happen on the Churchill Brothers front. I think the clubs have been in meeting or are in meeting from what I understand. Just read, and yeah, let's wait and see what happens. But the craziness doesn't leave us and Indian football. So therefore, if you want honest opinions, if you want honest assessment judgments, come back here to Arun Foot and like this video, share this video. If you haven't, do subscribe to the channel. Support me also on my other social medias and watch the short videos, like them, hype them. I need your support, guys. The more we become here on Arun Foot, the more we two jointly can fight for what is right and what is not right in Indian football. With that, I'll see you soon. See you tomorrow. Good night, everyone.